Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Halper, the head of ICAHD, the Israeli Committee Against House Demolitions, coming to you from Jerusalem for my February 2025 update. Is a movement in which settlers come from somewhere else with the intention of taking over a country. And it has to do with displacing the population, taking its land, and then remaking the country in its own image so that you erase the original country and it becomes a new country, both in terms of population and also in terms of its geography and the way we receive it. In other words, to transform Palestine, in our case, into Israel. So go to your travel agent at home and go try to buy a ticket to Palestine. There isn't any such thing. And that's exactly how settler colonialism wins. Settler colonialism ends with normalization. Zionism is the ideology, but not only the ideology. It's the policies, it's the structures, it's the actions that Israel is actually taking on the ground. The whole purpose of what Israel is doing is Zionism. And the purpose of Zionism is settler colonialism, is to take over Palestine and transform it into a Jewish country. That bigger picture, that conceptual framework of settlers colonialism, if we're simply using it as a slogan, but we don't understand what it means, we're losing a tremendous instrument at our disposal that really can explain even specific events. Trump's coming up all of a sudden with the idea, which wasn't his idea, of transferring all the Palestinians out of Gaza. That comes out of the logic of settler colonialism, and it was planted in his head, if not by Netanyahu, simply by the logic of what do you do once you've taken over the country, the settlers, once you've displaced the people, taken and made the country uninhabitable for them. That's certainly what Israel has done in a very dramatic way in Gaza, making Gaza uninhabitable. But it's really made all of Palestine uninhabitable for Palestinians by taking their lands, by demolishing their homes, by excluding them economically, and so on. So what's happening in Gaza is a dramatic example of things that are happening much more quietly, but nevertheless inexorably in the West Bank and all the rest of Palestine, including within Israel, that we often kind of exclude from our picture of all of Palestine. So that the logic of what Trump is saying, even if he never read a book, certainly never read a book about settler colonialism, he's already picked up the logic. Well, wait a minute. If it's uninhabitable, of course you got to move the population out. And then the twist is for their own good. So he and Israel now, the Ministry of Defense of Israel, Israel Katz, has ordered the Israeli army to prepare to evacuate the Palestinian population from Gaza. But he's doing it in a humanitarian way. Why? Because we can't let these people live in an uninhabitable area. So no one is asking, certainly no one has asked Trump, wait, how did it become uninhabitable? What was behind making it uninhabitable? You could attack Hamas, have a war against Hamas without rendering all of Gaza uninhabitable. So there's a logic behind it, you see? And even Trump is picked up with that logic.